Take a look what kind of module I found. And what is it? It's a regular ESP32S development board with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And what is the special feature of this module? That below that PCB board there is a 18650 battery holder with charger. Yes, that's why I needed to have this board. I ordered it and of course I got it. It's good that it comes in cardboard box. This is not the instruction manual. Come on, I can't open it. Okay. Also comes with the pin headers, with 20 pin headers that need to be soldered on the board. And here will be placed the 18650 battery. But what do you see? I hate stickers. I need to remove carefully those stickers so the self-adhesive glue doesn't stick on the PCB. Oh, let's see what it says in description. Yes, 360 degrees. You can watch in every angle while I'm reading the description and what it says. When you do some ESP32 projects, you must hate to add a power bank to provide the power. This tiny board could solve such a problems. Can handle 3000 milliamperes 18650 battery, and it says that can run 17 hours or more. 18650 charging system integrated. This board also have indicate LED inside that can indicate LED inside. Green means fully charged, red meaning charging. Okay. One switch could control the power. Where is it? Oh, here it is, the switch. One extra LED that can be programmed, says that is on the GPIO number 16. The charging current that I need to know is 0.5 amperes. We're gonna check that. 1 ampere output on the pins. Overcharge protection, over discharge protection. Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. I need carefully to remove these stickers because I hate them. Oh, that is nice. And let's see the other one. Come on, man. Ooh. Beautiful. Using my portable microscope, we're gonna see some close-ups, and here it is, the very popular CP2102, which is highly integrated USB to UART bridge controller that enables communication for uploading codes to the main chip ESP32, and we have a voltage regulator. Here it is. And the charger, yes, the very popular TP5400 charger for the battery. Alright, nice. And before I show to you the example codes using this board and testing the charging current and other stuff, the sponsor of this video is JLCPCB. JLCPCB 6-layer PCBs are the real game changer for engineering efficiency. Instead of fighting to squeeze signals into a cramped 4-layer design, these boards offer 30 to 50% higher wiring density, making your routing cleaner and faster. And what is impressive is the high performance features you get no extra cost. We are talking free via in-pad technology and electroless nickel immersion gold finishes and 10% impedance control for rock solid signal integrity in high speed designs. It's a professional grade performance without the professional grade price. Ready to level up? JLCPCB make multi-layer design accessible for everyone. Click the link to grab a $30 coupon for your first order. You can get high-precision 6-layer boards starting at just $2. Stop struggling with routing and start building. Visit JLCPCB today. Let me explain. We have the reset button right here, the boot button. Also, as mentioned in the description, this is the main power switch. Here it is, for powering the ESP32 module. We have the micro USB connector right here for charging the board, for charging the battery, sorry, and for interface with your computer so you can upload the codes. And we have a tiny converter, DC-DC converter right here, okay, that can give maximum 1 ampere. And I can see on the pinouts that we have more ground pins and 5 volts output, which is super nice. Let's try the ESP32 development board, and here I have a 18650 battery, of course rechargeable, and it's marked the positive and the negative side. Be careful about that. And that's it. Turning on, nothing happens because I haven't uploaded yet any code, but we're gonna find out with how much current is charging the battery using my USB meter. Okay, and plug in, come on man, and it's pulling 700 milliamperes. In description it says 500 milliamperes, but it's charging with 670. And I know that the battery, this battery, I check it, it's almost full. Red LED meaning that it's charging, green when it's fully charged. Okay. I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes just to see will the green LED turn it on, and after that I will show you the first code. And take a look while I wait to code to be uploaded to the board. The green LED turned on, meaning that it's fully charged. Perfect. And here it is, the first example code. Blinking LED, and it works. I'm gonna disconnect now, and yes, working fine. I have a portable ESP32 project. Isn't that beautiful? Ho ho ho, I like it. Turning off, turning on. Yes! I love this board because of the 18650 battery holder and the battery and the charger. Such a good solution. And for the second example code, which is a Wi-Fi switch to turn on and off the LED built in on the PCB board, here it is the code, and here where it says your Wi-Fi SSID, you need to replace this with the name of the router and your password. And also after uploading the code, when you open the serial monitor, you will see here the IP address that you need to visit so you can control the ESP32 Wi-Fi switch. Also the code will be in description below so you can check it. And right now the code is running, and take a look how simple it is. So now you have a portable DIY ESP32 project. Isn't that nice? And you can control the LED using your smartphone, just with visiting the IP address that I mentioned, and take a look. LED on. We have the blue LED, turn it on, turn it off, and also I have add a function of blinking speed that I can control with the slider on the IP interface. Take a look, it's blinking. I'm gonna increase the blinking speed a little bit faster, and it's working very well. LED off, LED on. Isn't that nice? I love that now the projects can be made very portable using the battery, 18650 battery rechargeable. Alright. In my right hand I'm holding the regular ESP32 development board that need to add your external power supply so you can run your cool projects and maybe attach a battery with a charger and everything. But this module have all this already built in on the PCB, which is super okay, and I like it. Alright, what do you think? Oh, I forgot the pin headers. Please comment below. What is the best way? To be soldered on the top, like this, or is the better way like this on the other side? What do you think? How should I solder the pins, on the top or below? Please comment that in the comment section. And that was all for today's video. Please give a like, share and subscribe to my channel. See ya! Nice. I love it. And it's not expensive.